Breaking news: Josh Duggar is now the most frightening reality TV star because people who read Duggar news know that he has been in jail for 12 years for having. Sam fans were glad that justice would be done and that he would get the time he earned. Sources say that things aren't as they seem, though. Even though Josh Duggar has been out of jail for 2 years, he broke the law many times while he was there, which shows he doesn't want to change. According to reports, he has been having a good time while he's been in jail. It's because he's been getting a lot of special treatment. What are these unique rights? This is not like any other prison where Josh Duggar is being held. People who read the Duggar news know that he is meant to stay there for another 10 years because he was caught with and used Sam, even though he did something very bad. Fans will always remember how he smiled creepily in his picture. It has also been said that Sick Gil has been treating Josh differently. Based on many reports, it looks like the prison celebrates holidays in a big way, with special meals and games for the prisoners. But that's not all. Even though every prisoner gets to enjoy these perks, it looks like Josh Duggar is not subject to the same rules. The most recent news says that he is living a very fancy life. It doesn't look like Josh Duggar is making a difference in jail. People who read the Duggar news were glad that he would finally be going to prison for 12 years, but things look like they will get better. There are signs that SADNEWS has a special room for prisoners as a prize system. They send the ones who have jobs or have been good to go there. Even though Josh Duggar's sentence was lengthened by 2 months because he was caught with drugs and spent time in the SHU, he will still be going to the luxury room. Reports say that since Josh Duggar moved in, the walls have been freshly painted and fresh flowers have been brought to the rooms. He is going to school for a special degree. Even though he doesn't have a job, Josh is being treated differently, and it's clear that he doesn't meet the requirements to live in the apartment, but the jail is letting him and has changed the rules to make room for him. The most likely reason is that he is famous. The star also tried to get a new hearing, but the court turned it down. From what we can tell, Josh Duggar will most likely spend 9 more years in jail. There are no other ways for him to get out of there. They probably gave him a room because they want to make his long stay as easy as possible. TV season and spoilers is where you can find more Duggar news. People have long been interested in and watched over Josh Duggar, the oldest son of the famous Duggar family. Josh used to be the good guy on the Duggar family's hit show 19 Kids and counting. His fall from grace has been both dramatic and sad. Josh is currently serving a 12-year sentence in federal jail after being found guilty of having child pornography on his person. Many people think that jail life is anything but luxury, but new information about Josh Duggar's living conditions has shocked and even angered some people. According to people who work inside the jail system, Josh's room is surprisingly comfortable. It has a microwave, fresh flowers, and painted walls, which is very different from what most people think of when they think of a prison. There has been a lot of discussion about this news. Some say that Josh's conditions are way too good considering how bad his crimes were, while others say that he is still serving a long term and that basic comforts do not mean a luxury lifestyle. So what does Josh Duggar's jail room look like, and why is it such a big deal? Josh Duggar is spending his time at the Federal Correctional Institution FCI in Segoville, Texas. The FCI, where many sex offenders are housed. The facility has been criticized in the past for how it treats prisoners who have been guilty of similar crimes, but it also has a reputation for being comfortable compared to other more well-known jails. At FCI Segoville, inmates live in dorms, which is a step up from the individual rooms that someone like Duggar, who was guilty of major crimes, might have been kept in. According to people who work there, Josh's room has been painted in nice colors and soft tones that make it look more like a house in the suburbs than a jail. This may seem like a small thing, but living in a place that looks better can have a big impact on an inmate's mental health. Instead of cold bare metal or concrete walls, Painted walls can make you feel more at ease and normal. It has been discovered that Josh Duggar has a microwave in his college room in addition to the painted walls. It's not common for prisoners to have this kind of comfort. Most prisoners get their food from the jail restaurant or the store if they're lucky enough to have money in their accounts. Most prisoners would kill to be able to heat up food whenever they want. This small pleasure has caused a lot of commotion, with many people wondering why Josh Duggar should be given it, but the fact that Josh's room has fresh flowers might be the most surprising thing of all. Reports say that his jail room has been decorated with pots of fresh flowers, which seems more like something that would belong in a middle-class house than in a federal prison. In the life of a guilty sex offender, fresh flowers might not seem like things that would bring them care, beauty, or even peace. Many people, especially those who have been following Josh Duggar's case closely, don't like the information about where he lives. People who don't like the Duggar family, and especially Josh, see these new details as proof that he is getting away with too little for the serious crimes he has committed. Many people see the fact that he has a microwave, freshly painted walls, and flowers as proof that he is not really facing the hard results of his actions. A lot of angry people posted about Josh's conditions on social media, and many of them compared them to those of other prisoners who are serving in time for less serious crimes, but don't have access to such comforts. How does convicted child predator Josh Duggar get fresh flowers in a microwave when other prisoners are barely making ends meet? Asked someone on Twitter. This is not fair. There's good reason for the anger. A lot of people think Josh Duggar's crimes were especially horrible to make things even stranger. He used to present himself as a model of Christian morals and family values. This made his fall from race even more shocking for people who think of Josh as a dangerous abuser who used his power to take advantage of weak people. The thought that he might be living well in jail is unacceptable. On the other hand, some people say that even people who have been accused of very serious crimes should be given basic comforts and treated with respect. People who believe this stress that the American jail system should focus on recovery instead of just punishment, and that giving prisoners a place to live is not a luxury but a mem for their mental and emotional health. One question that has come up because of the issue is whether Josh Duggar's family ties and wealthy background have helped him get these pretty nice living conditions. Even though the Duggar family isn't as popular on reality TV anymore, they still have a lot of power in some religious and political groups. Josh's parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar, have been linked to strict Christian views for a long time and are close to important politicians. While there isn't strong proof that Josh's living situation is directly caused by his family's power, it's hard to deny that his position has affected how he is treated. A lot of other prisoners serving time for similar crimes don't get the same perks, and this unequal treatment has made people question whether or not the jail system is fair and equal. On the other hand, the Duggars have mostly kept quiet about Josh's jail conditions since Josh was found guilty. His family has mostly stayed out of the public eye, only occasionally saying that they still love him despite what he did. Few people are sure if they had anything to do with making sure that Josh's jail life is better than most, but the public still has this question in their thoughts.